Welcome to another episode of the Skorpios Builder Blog.
So that happened.
Diana's burying the thing I wanted to show you.
Well, surprises. No spoilers.
This is after the fight. All the spoilers happen now.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! We won a match! Yay! This makes us 1-0.
Yay!
That's a good start.
Yay.
It's a lot better than our start in season 5, when we got Skorpios ripped in half. We broke something. Yay!
A fight happened.
Chung Yu and the whole Orby team, thank you very much for the very nice gift. We're going to add it to our collection of broken parts. No, don't taste this one.
But it looks like candy.
Yeah, I have to admit, his whole robot looks like candy. And if you look, this is actually a perfect size
Scorpio-sized hole.
Scorpio-sized hole. When we saw Orby Blade after the match, this was directly over his drive pod. It's what disabled the drive side on one side of the robot. And this is like about 1/8" titanium, I think, from the weight of it. Chung Yu, is this titanium or aluminum?
It's
I don't think
definitely
it's
not aluminum.
Yeah, that's too dark of a color.
Ow.
Pretty sure this is titanium.
It hurts like titanium.
Precious. Yes, so precious I'm gonna sell it. I'm sorry, Diana. It's signed by both teams. The Chung Yu team signed right here, we signed right there, and then we put the match and the date up here. And this is the blade from the Orby match. You can tell because it's got Orby paint on it.
Rawr.
Rawr. That's up on eBay right now. Go
now?
down. Click away. Click away. I want to see a big plummet in the viewership right here before we talk about the things.
He does keep track of these things. It's really pathetic.
So.
Love you.
Love you too. We had a plan going into this match.
We did?
We had a plan. So the plan was...
Apparently we had a plan.
We were going to try to see if we could disable Chung Yu's self-rider. We watched all of his videos in King of Bots, and he's destroyed a couple robots. I think it's one of the big reasons the selection committee was like, we're just going to feed him to a wedge. Because we need someone who could soak some damage to even give Orby Blade a test. And once again, we're testing spinners for them.
Do what you're good at.
Do what we're good at. But this test went well for us, unlike Bloodsport. That didn't.
We don't need to talk about that.
We don't need to talk about that.
We love you, Bloodsport.
So much damage. So
stop hurting Skorpios, please.
We were going to target the self-rider because it is an area Chung Yu has had problems with.
I thought you were just going to say we were going to target.
Oh.
And I was like, what?
No.
Not sponsored.
And so our goal was to hit the self-rider, and then after that, hope that there'd be some big spin up, and he'd bounce off us, flip upside down, and we'd get a 10 count. And that was the strategy we went with going into the fight.
Oh, you're right. That was our plan.
We had a meeting. We sat down. We drew pictures.
Where was I for this?
Sitting with me.
Interesting. I believe you.
On this note, before I forget, the stupid seal. Congratulations, you won the poker chips from last week's giveaway.
Wait. Sit down.
I know you put a lot of work into this. Okay, stupid seal. Please answer our comment on your comments to get the communication rolling, and you will get poker chips. We're going to give away another set this week for telling us what you like most about Orby Blade. I like how friendly the team is. That's what I like most.
I do too.
Leave a comment on what your most favorite thing is, and we're going to give away another Skorpios and Orby Blade poker chip to next week's winner. Okay, that was our plan. And the plan went according to plan for the first time ever in the battle box. We drove over, we pinned him to the wall, and the new weapon causes us to have to swing it in a different way. Do you want to describe this, Diana?
Yeah, so when I'm spinning the Hammer Saw Classic, the round blade, I can just go from 0 to 60 in however many seconds that happens in, and I don't have to really think about what's going on with the robot because it never really spun that fast. But with new blade comes new responsibilities, and like, see what I did there?
Yes.
And so when we first start, I have to start spinning the blade at about half while Zach goes forward so the robot doesn't rear backwards. And then once we have the opponent pinned on the wall, then I can go to full, kind of similar to what our brother in Saw does, where we can spin the weapon to full and then lower it into our opponent.
So now you know why both us and Sawblaze pause for a second. That's not for dramatic effect. That's us getting our saws to full speed.
To full speed.
And with them at a lower speed, we don't gyro or like lift our wheels or wedge off the ground while maneuvering.
Yeah. And so one of the things that happened to Skorpios during this fight is I was still in what we like to call a learning curve position. And so when I hit the opponent with the blade, I'm supposed to stop the blade to avoid the smokety smoke. And I was still getting the timing down during this fight. So when you saw all of those smoky plumes coming out of Skorpios, that wasn't us trying to be a dragon. That was Diana getting the timing wrong of stopping the blade. And so it was all just belt smoke. And
because the new motor is so powerful, the big Scorpion motor, the blade could be completely stuck in something and it will just run. And we could actually run it so much it'll just blow the belt.
And we don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So I was trying to get the timing down. I got it wrong a few times. Scorpio smoked, but hopefully by the next match, I have the timing down a little better. Tune in, folks.
Yep.
Or maybe I break the wheel off again. Who knows?
I'd bet on that one. So with great motor comes great power. Yeah, she did it better. With the new big motor, the arm was also like right on the ragged edge of holding everything together. We're spinning a lot more kinetic energy. Like he said, it's 8 times the power. It's twice the speed, but after you put that through the kinetic energy formula, it's a lot more oomph. And the arm is not holding together very well. It's actually the same frame we had from last year. It didn't bend. It like hit Tombstone's weapon, and we were like, dude, the arm's awesome.
We don't need a new one.
We don't need to redesign that just because we're putting a lot more power through it.
We may want to rethink our past selves.
Yeah, that'll be an upcoming episode.
Yay!
So, that's our Orby fight in a nutshell. The plan worked. He never flipped himself over. If you watch his China fights, he does that quite frequently, or at least once. I'm thinking of the text footage when he hurled a 50-gallon drum across the arena, and I think it hit like 3 walls and it flipped him.
Yes.
We didn't really want to be the 50-gallon drum.
No.
So we were trying very hard to keep his blade spun down. But we did break our motor, not the motor, the blade hub, and we gave that to the Orby team. Here's the photo, yay! They were very happy, and in return they gave us this beautiful, beautiful piece from their beautiful robot.
You know what that says?
Oh yeah. Can someone please, who knows Korean, tell us what he wrote on our trinket here? Because I would love to know what he said.
Or Chong-Yu, if you're watching, what does this say?
So, I hope everybody enjoyed this week's episode of the Skorpios Builder Blog, and tune in next week.
Oh, what are we giving away next week?
Poker chips for tell us what you like most about Blade.
Where was I for that?
Right there.